News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk KGVO, AM 1290 and now 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
A shooting victim died en route to St. Patrick Hospital. Good morning, everyone. It's Montana Morning. It's Monday, July 27th, 2015. Right now, it is raining. Yay, 53 degrees in Missoula right now. We desperately need the rain. Our newscast this morning, sponsored by Kootenai Creek Village, the maintenance-free active adult community in Stevensville. Call 777-5387. This morning's top story, Missoula police were called to St. Patrick Hospital early yesterday afternoon to investigate a body that was found in a vehicle outside the hospital. Corporal Bob Campbell has more.
On Sunday, July 26, 2015, at about 12:22 in the afternoon, Missoula police officers responded to a report of a male with a gunshot wound who was being transported to St. Pat's Hospital. When officers arrived, they discovered the male had died prior to arriving at the hospital. Detectives are currently speaking with an acquaintance who transported the male to St. Pat's. At this time, the investigation is in the preliminary stage, and further questions may be directed to Detective Sergeant Scott Pashton or Detective Sergeant Jim Clawwitter.
No other details were released aside from the fact that the gunshot victim was a male. The victim's identity has not yet been released. The parents of a Montana teenager who shot and killed a friend as he knocked on his bedroom window late at night say he shouldn't face criminal charges. They told the Associated Press in an exclusive interview that the shooting was a tragic accident, and they blamed themselves for allowing the teen to keep a loaded revolver in his room. The May shooting has revived the debate over the so-called castle doctrine that sometimes allows the use of lethal force to defend one's home. It's also raised questions about the 17-year-old shooter's easy access to the handgun given his age. 15-year-old McKeon Mackey Schulte was killed as he and another boy tried to wake up Seth Culver at about 2:30 a.m. A prosecutor will put the case before a special jury to decide on any charges. Missoula Rural Fire and other agencies responded to a grass fire yesterday between Lolo and Florence. Battalion Chief Greg Orb said the fire was at a residence on Rowan Road.
Several different agencies. We had DNRC there. We had a DNRC helicopter come up pretty quick just in case. We ended up canceling that helicopter, but we did have 3 units from DNRC. We had, of course, Missoula Rural Fire, and Florence Fire also came and helped us out.
Or said the fire was caused by a resident who was burning some cardboard boxes, and the fire got away from them.
The cause of the fire was it was human cause. Somebody had started a fire that got away from them. The rain that we've had really hasn't done much to wet everything down. It's still extremely dry out there. We're still at level 1 restrictions.
Or said one structure was threatened but not evacuated. No one was injured, and firefighters were able to hold the grass fire to about 3 acres in size. Firefighters remind residents that despite the cooler, wet weather, fire conditions are still very high, and Stage 1 restrictions remain in place. Cascade County authorities say a man attempting to park a van struck and killed a 1-year-old child south of Great Falls. The Great Falls Tribune newspaper reports a 39-year-old man from Sand Coulee was moving the family van to a nearby barn when he heard a loud noise, stopped, and found he had hit 18-month-old Evelyn Wirtz. The family had just returned from shopping and was moving groceries into the home when the man decided to move the vehicle. Authorities say he did not see the girl approach the passenger's side of the vehicle. She was taken to a local hospital where she was pronounced dead a short time later. Missoula County Sheriff's Office is searching for a suspect in a recent theft. The suspect reportedly stole a blue iPhone 5 July 18th at the Travel America Casino, formerly known as the Crossroads at the Y. The suspect is described as an African-American male in his late 20s or early 30s. He stands about 5'10", had 2 piercings on his lower lip or chin area. You can see images of the suspect and his vehicle on our website at newstalkkgvo.com. If you have any information, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers 721-4444. Reports of several recent sexual assaults have been under investigation by Missoula authorities, some involving homeless or transient individuals, but few arrests have been made. Missoula County Attorney Kirsten Papp said no arrests can be made in any crime until probable cause has been proven.
The one sexual intercourse case that came over for our review from the city, they've not been able to identify a viable suspect, and so we've got that one on hold. It's under investigation, and we're working with the police department to try to find a suspect.
Missoula Police Public Information Officer Travis Welsh said investigations, especially into crimes such as sexual assault, can sometimes be complicated when both the victims and the suspects are homeless or transient, though the investigations are treated with the same amount of effort and respect as those of the regular population.
The challenges that present themselves with, for example, the homeless population or a transient community that moves in and out of the area seasonally is maintaining contact with them and making sure that they have the opportunity to continue to participate in an ongoing investigation.
The issue of sexual assault investigations is what brought the U.S. Department of Justice Civil Rights Division to Missoula over 2 years ago, bringing with it separate agreements with the police department, U of M Police, and the Missoula County Attorney. State regulators are considering whether to approve for the second time in just over 5 years construction through South Dakota of the long-delayed Keystone XL oil pipeline, but it's unlikely a decision will come anytime soon. The Public Utilities Commission hearing process starts today. The state authorized TransCanada Corp's project back in 2010, but permits must be revisited if construction doesn't start within 4 years. Well, there's good news in the case of a 41-year-old woman from Mississippi who was gored by a bison last week at Yellowstone Park. However, Park Information Officer Amy Bartlett says it hasn't been the case for the other 4 individuals that have been attacked by bison this year.
She actually was extremely lucky in that she actually wasn't punctured, and so they actually self-transported to the Old Faithful Clinic and were treated and released with minor injuries that same day. Unfortunately, the other 4 actually have all resulted in life flights and advanced medical care. They're all out of the hospital now, but, a few of them had to have surgeries. They all required hospital stays.
Bartlett has confirmed the Mississippi woman was charged while trying to take a selfie with the bison. In fact, photography plays a role in most of those attacks.
3 of the encounters were because of pictures. Only one of them, the most recent one, was a selfie. One of them was getting her picture taken with the bison, so she did turn her back on him. And one of them was a man that was approaching the bison, taking pictures of the bison. And then 2 of the others were actually individuals that were walking on trails.
The woman attacked last Tuesday was standing only 6 yards away from the bison while trying to take a selfie with her daughter. Our News Talk time now is 6:12.
Newstalk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Mostly cloudy to cloudy skies today. Showers are possible with an isolated thunderstorm as well. Highs will be below normal as we top out in the low 60s. Cool tonight as we drop into the 40s. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for KECI 13.